We can all agree that there are not enough travel vlogs on YouTube. Well, don't worry, I'm here to put that right with this video documenting our cruise of the Bay of Biscay with P&O in May of 2026. I am Will, that is Claire, just in case you don't already know us personally, and this is a holiday we had once. As we're only in our late 30s, Claire's parents had to drive us to Southampton where the ship was moored.
Which way are you going?
There are many wonderful and exciting things to do in Southampton. For example, you can visit the big IKEA or admire the town's many car parks. Alas, we didn't have time for any of that, so we started exploring our ship, the Ventura.
Oh, Dame Helen.
For anyone who hasn't been on a cruise ship before, cruise ships are very, very big. It's hard to convey on camera. There are thousands of cabins, multiple restaurants and bars, an art gallery, jewellery and watch stores, a library, a few swimming pools, and even a 1,000-seater theatre. I mean, yeah, it's very bad for the environment, but if, like me, you don't care that much about planet Earth, you should consider cruising as it's surprisingly cost-effective. Our tickets were around £750 each, which sounds like a lot, but when you consider that this covers our travel, accommodation, food and entertainment, then it's really not bad. There were no ports on our first day, just a chance to enjoy what the ship had to offer. The pools were always full of loud, ugly children, so we gave those a miss. I decided instead to start my morning by sitting on deck and pretending to read a book. In the morning, a charity called Orca had a brilliant talk about dolphins and whales, which are also known as cetaceans, in the Bay of Biscay. The lady who gave the talk could always be found on the top deck, spotting and logging the cetaceans. We went up to join her, and guess what? We saw dolphins! Common dolphins go mad for cruise ships, apparently, especially when they reach retirement age and they want to take the stress out of travelling. The onboard gallery, Clarendon, put on a genuinely fascinating lecture about the life of artist L.S. Lowry. Authentic Lowry lithographs could be purchased on the ship by anyone who shouldn't be allowed to have as much money as they do. Every night had a theatre show, which we were not allowed to film. Instead, please enjoy this footage of early 20th century agriculture. The theatre shows were the kind of corny, modern-day musical stuff that might appear on ITV on a Sunday afternoon. But then again, of course they were, because they needed to have a broad appeal. We also saw a bad comedian from behind a pillar, had some amazing food in the inclusive restaurant, and listened to some charmingly awful karaoke. This duo were called Big Man and Bear, and they were my favourite act on the ship. They did a lot of clever stuff with loop pedals. We watched the sunset, then we went to bed, ready for the first port. We were up early, ready to explore our first port, the historic Spanish coastal town of La Coruna. It was populated by the Romans far back as the 2nd century BC. We walked briefly through the Plaza de Maria Pita. I sound more Italian than Spanish when I try and do that. But I was eager to stay near the ocean. So we walked along the Paseo Maritimo towards the Playa de Fana Amaro. I went for a little paddle in this tiny but charming beach. I made friends with some dogs. We've stayed in touch, and they'll be coming to visit us in the spring. As we walked up the coastal path, we came across some intriguing art installations. This Stonehenge-esque piece is called Monument to the Executed, and it's a tribute to the victims of the Spanish Civil War. This garden that I'm struggling to film here is the House of Words, which was the former cemetery for Muslim soldiers of the Civil War. And finally, these mysterious obelisks are known as the Menhirs for Peace by the artist Manolo Paz. We decided to rest for a few minutes by these rocks to take in the amazing view of the ocean and the town. What you can't see, directly behind the camera, was an old man sunbathing in the complete nude. It turns out the Spanish are very comfortable with their bodies. I was really excited to climb to the top of the Tower of Hercules, which is the oldest existing Roman lighthouse, built in the 1st century. But, as it turns out, you have to book in advance if you want to go inside the tower, which is something I didn't do because I didn't read the website properly. But it's still an amazing structure to admire. This mosaic at the foot of the tower is called the Compass Rose. We could have spent hours here looking out to sea, but we didn't want to have to swim to our next port, so we made our way back towards the town. I really enjoyed the Plaza of Humour, a series of floor drawings of funny characters and humorous historical figures. I'm surprised Socrates made the list of funny people, but it was good to see the old bean. Then it was back to the ship. It was the first of 2 formal nights, so here I am, dressed up in the only suit that I own, looking like a little boy at a wedding. Then we watched some jazz in the top deck bar and enjoyed an awe-inspiring sunset over the ocean. I was a little bit worried when we docked at this building site on our 3rd day, but P&O had organised coaches to take us to the more picturesque parts of our 2nd port, Gijon, or Gijon as the locals pronounce it. In the 19th century, Gijon was an old coal port, and now has become a popular beach destination. Like the previous day, I was keen to see the local artwork. This piece is called Eulogy of the Horizon. I enjoyed this artwork, even if I didn't really understand the title. Did the horizon die? Why does it need a eulogy? Then we stopped by these rocks to sit and watch the waves. Time is limited in these ports, but I'm glad we made some time to relax and enjoy the sea. As we travelled further along the coast, we discovered the Church of San Pedro. We hadn't planned on visiting the church, we just sort of stumbled across it, and we were both mesmerised by the religious artwork inside. Then we walked along the Playa de San Lorenzo. Here I am swimming and looking exactly like Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. We walked back east to explore the town further. I wanted to document this bloke who had a kitten on his shoulder. Is it normal in Spain to wear a shoulder kitten? Let me know in the comments below. One last walk across the Playa de Poniente, then it was time to head back to the ship. One of the first things we saw when we arrived in our third port, Santander, was a filming of MasterChef España. I can't guarantee that they will be filming MasterChef España when you come to visit Santander, but you never know. After a quick look at this saucy statue,
A big bum. Honestly, yes. Erotic.
we went straight to Santander's #1 tourist destination, Santander's local branch of Santander. One cash withdrawal later, and we were off to explore. As with the other towns we had visited, Santander had some great artwork along the seafront. We walked away from the town towards the Magdalena Peninsula, and our plan was to see the Magdalena Palace, but it was totally by surprise that we stumbled across this free marine animal park on the peninsula. Look at the seals! Or are they sea lions? Well, after some research, I've come to the conclusion that there's no difference and they are in fact the same animal. We walked up to the early 20th century Magdalena Palace, former holiday home of the Spanish royal family. From here we enjoyed the views of the Muro Island lighthouse. We walked straight down to the Playa de los Bikinis, which sounds like something out of a Carry On film, and we walked down the breakwater to dip our feet into the sea. Finally, we walked back to the town to explore for a while. Back on the ship, and we were sad to leave. I think Santander was my favourite port of the holiday. A beautiful town with beautiful views of the ocean and so much to see. It's my birthday! Claire got me a birthday banner and a birthday card and a birthday t-shirt. And we were off to La Rochelle, a medieval port town in the south of France. We were dropped off by coach by the Saint Louis Cathedral, which dates back to the 16th century. From there we went to the park, and there was a free animal park. I forgot to take video footage, but I took a lot of photos of this angry young goat. Then we did a little tour of the towers of La Rochelle. The 3 medieval towers are old sea forts protecting the old port. Each has its own story, and you can pay to enter each one. But I'm not made of money, so I didn't bother. Then we walked down this long pier where we found a jellyfish.
Is it dead?
I don't know. I haven't asked it.
Are you dead? I didn't respond, that's not good.
Honestly, I did feel like there was less to do at La Rochelle than the other ports. Or maybe I was just in a bad mood because my ice cream melted. Back to the ship, where we celebrated my birthday with a toast.
Just cheers. Who should we cheers to?
I think the king.
Yeah, to the king. And it's my birthday.
I was very happy that we had a window seat at the restaurants, looking out at the very calm, glassy sea, unusual for the Bay of Biscay. The waiter came over and asked if this was the table that ordered the surprise birthday cake, which ruined the surprise somewhat, but it was a delicious chocolate cake. Thanks, Claire! Je t'aime! Our second sea day was very much like our first. And after 4 fun but tiring days of walking and adventuring, it was nice to have a day to do absolutely nothing. Some people don't even get off at the ports. They spend every day doing nothing. Not that I have any respect for those people. And in the morning, we were back in Southampton. And I was pretty sad about it. Not just because of how I feel about Southampton, but because I had really loved the week away. I was ready to be very cynical about cruising, but it's a very enjoyable and stress-free way to travel if you can afford it. So, farewell Spain, farewell France, farewell Big Boat. Until next time.